Hey. I'm back with another PSA for you. Welcome to the Hollywood Untitled playlist. I don't know. Haven't really come up with anything yet. But I was thinking to myself, putting the first episode up now. Apparently it didn't post the other day. So hopefully it gets up before this does, or they get up together. I don't really know. We'll see. I don't know if there's time. I'm supposed to go to Bed Bath & Beyond and Home Depot and a bevy of other pointless stores to shop for shit that I don't need. JK, not doing any of that. What's up, people? Theron back at you. Be on the lookout. Might be doing another podcast later on tonight with the Bros Before Elbows. Always a shout out to the Bros, my one and only sponsor right now. If you want to get down with the movement before we take off, you should probably hype on. Listen to Dad real quick. You just gotta put a little innuendo from Dad in there. Shout out Dad. Shout out my boy Ty. But I'm just right back in your face with more just thought-provoking stuff, man. Ever since I decided to start doing this media, entertainment, hobby, whatever you want to call it, hopefully blow up and take over the world, as I find many different avenues to world domination, like the common villain, the Joker, who's right over there, or Thanos, or whoever you want. I don't really give a fuck. I'm trying to expand my mind a lot through reading and just doing research. And, one of my friends tells me to come up with new concepts. So this is a concept I'm trying. It's just me speaking on everything, but it's not new. It's just the fact that I'm doing it. That's what's new about it. You feel me? Just different thought-provoking things. So, I'm looking at all these videos. I've been really into like YouTube now forever. But I've always watched the videos. I used to make jerk videos back when the jerk movement was popping, like 10 years ago. We're talking like, I remember my girlfriend at the time used to nanny for these two kids. We used to go over there, and me and the kid would do like jerking videos and stuff like that. And that was when I was like believing that the Illuminati was real and researching that. Like everything from that to like trying to freestyle on there, But I kind of gave up on it. Now I'm back into it, but I've always been on YouTube. But I've been on YouTube a lot lately watching like battle rap, but then I have like ADD, so then I jump to like fucking, I don't know, wrestling videos, and then boom, music videos, and then back to something else, just whatever. But I stumbled across Vlad TV, and a lot of people are anti-Vlad because they think he's the feds. He could be the feds, I don't know. Who knows, man? People do a lot of things in their life, but you just got to watch what you say on camera because everybody's watching. Everyone knows that. So it's all in how you present yourself, right? And unfortunately, he deals with people that do bad things or are accused of, innocent until proven guilty. Free all my dudes, man. Free AR Ab. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to say first and foremost. Some other people free them, Some people, may they snitch and rest in infamy forever and be exiled when they come home. Shameless plug. Sorry, I had to take the jab. Nonetheless, let's get right into it. So I'm watching these different Vlad interviews, man, like all kinds of interviews. You're getting real truth about things that happened back in the day in the music game and all the different avenues, and then you're getting stuff that's happening now, like everything from like, Trey D from the East Side was the East. I forgot I think the East Side is the East Side is West Coast forever, man. Telling you stuff and just different guys. Even you go all the way back to the 80s to cats like AZ and Rich Porter and Alpo, and you getting the real story of what happened with that to modern day. No plug, R.I.P. Bankroll Fresh, but when you play with guns, man, things happen. So like you're getting the reality of things out of the show, and then you get stuff like a guy like Nick Cannon. And the thing about it is a lot of people will sleep on Nick fucking Cannon. Like, this man hasn't been doing this for years, and this is a successful black entrepreneur type nigga that I have nothing but the utmost respect for a man like Nick Cannon. Like when I go into this, I'm gonna just be talking about the shit he was talking about because it's stuff I want to talk about on this day, which happy birthday to my dad, PG. Love you, man. Happy birthday, man. Another year blessed. May more blessings come your way. Happy birthday. Happy Valentine's Day to all the lovers out there and all that shit. I roll. Anyway, I had to say it because it's a holiday, quote unquote. Fuck that shit, man. Heart can either. Never mind. So look, I'm watching this Nick Cannon. He had the afro like cap. He had the Black Squad 7 jersey. Repping the cat. So he's giving you mad, insightful, intellectual things, and I want you to think about this. This man has touched and met these people. Everyone from the rapist R. Kelly, but then musical genius. Whitney Houston, troubled soul, musical genius. Kanye West, but then, so I'm going to say Kanye and I'm going to put R. Kelly, they're going to be right here underneath these 3 names I'm about to say. So Prince, Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston. Nick Cannon has met all 5 of these people, among many more people. And you have to understand that this is a smart, intelligent black man, a young black man. He's only a couple years older than me, I think. Like, probably like 6, maybe. See, about 42. Look about 32, which means I look about 27. So it's like, I'm watching this interview and I'm just getting so excited about the things he's talking about because I'm like, I want to give my opinions on this shit. I mean, I don't remember how old this one was because he's done several. Vlad be picking and poking at people's love lives, but I just want to go through my notes real quick and just kind of touch on it. So a lot of what it seems, though, is he's talking about the industry and, yes people. That's one thing. So we'll start there. So yes men. Everyone's a yes man, like look at Tekashi 6ix9ine. I mean, all his yes men was gangsters and all that, but everything was a yes man. He was never told, no, that's not a good look. Not by his own people. Maybe people tried to warn him through media outlets, but he was not listening to them people. So that's the idea of a yes man. But like this interview, he's kind of talking about like how Kim and Kanye met. You see his emotional side because he's talking about the fact that he introduced them. He goes into detail about how he just talked too much about it. So you just kind of like, that's just the emotional side, That's like a future my collection kind of thing. Like once they're yours, they're always yours. So that's what I saw. That just watching the psyche of a man work is funny on Valentine's Day. But like he delves into, and this is stuff I want to talk about. Like yes men. So Bob Marley, right? Bob Marley, what's a good song playing in the background? Bob Marley had a lot of yes men around him. Pioneer, revolutionary, genius, man. Caught cancer in his toe. And if y'all remember, he didn't want that. They were like, we got to take your toe. And he was like, I can't dance, so no. Went to a second doctor. So I'll take part of your toe. Never went back to no doctor. Just probably went home, talked to his people. It was like, man, fuck all that, man. Whatever. Cancer spread and killed him. Like, that's a yes man, like he's talking about Kanye West as yes man. Like, Kanye West is a genius musically. He really is truthfully a genius. But he's in a position of power now that's unprecedented as a voice, and he's a horrible communicator. So what we're getting at here is Kanye's views on slavery from a few months ago. Now, I know this shit is old, but it's like, no, y'all haven't heard what I think, so I'm gonna tell y'all. Kanye made a comment, I think he did the asterisk, and then kind of said that slavery was a choice. And what Nick is saying, because Nick is intellectual too, like a lot of these entertainers, y'all gotta understand, they're smart, they're geniuses. Some of them are smarter than others. Some of them are smart in just one concentration. So I might be the dopest engineer. You know what I'm saying? I engineer the shit out of your music like a guru or something. I'll be the dopest producer. I'll get you the coldest samples, the best beats ever. I got the best bars out, son. Like, you can't touch me when it comes to wordplay. I'm the best actress. I'm the best, whatever. Right? So where was I at? Kanye West, genius, revolutionary. Made sampling even bigger than what Puffy did with it. Just took the sample and just turned it on his ear. Just so many hit records. Horrible communicators. Some people horrible communicators. Nick Cannon kind of says like maybe he was bullied to the point where he just didn't give a fuck. So when he got in the wreck, he just didn't give a fuck. He would say what he wanted to say. And I can relate to that because I'm a mutable person. I'm a Sagittarius. Shout out that Sag trash shit. I'm a mutable person though. Like I just mute. But in my mind it's like this motherfucker right now is really stupid. or this concept right now makes the most sense to me. But I'm not gonna say it because I'm saving face. But when I open my mouth and I say some shit, people don't want to hear it. You're mean. You're this. You're that. Now, I'm not condoning Kanye West's actions by no means. I want to make sure I'm sticking to the notes because I don't want to get off topic with this thing. But it was just kind of like he talked about that, and the guy that told him the story about Bob Marley was a guy named Chris Blackwell. He was the owner of Island Records. And he said Bob Marley had a lot of fake friends around. Fake friends are people that just don't tell you fucking no. So then he goes into the Azalea Banks thing. If y'all don't watch Wild 'N Out or y'all don't know, Azalea Banks is a rapper who is a troll. I don't know. Apparently now you can do music but to be a troll. You don't have to do the music to be the troll. You put out a song or two, or your songs don't pop, but you internet popping because you talk a lot of shit. Like me. Talk a lot of shit and I'm gonna be a rapper in 2 years. Oh shit, this nigga he talked a lot of shit. He got his podcast, he got his thoughts off, then all of a sudden this nigga was a wrestler, then he was a rapper. This shit crazy. I'm just kidding. Went into like her crying and basically just said that there's something behind this my take, this front that we see on people, but she doesn't have a front because she just doesn't handle shit well enough. She just kind of, they went at her a little bit. Like DC said some shit, and I heard the joke because I was watching that video yesterday, ironically enough, and it was something about her braces not having wires, and it wasn't even that funny, but it was funny enough to make this woman cry because she can't handle her emotions. And then when Nick Cannon went and tried to salvage it and all that, it was fine. They fixed it, but when he went to her crew, they were like, that's just her being hurt. It's like, you gotta have people in your corner to tell you no. But nobody does that to wealthy artists. You're the artist. You could become God like Prince, Michael, Whitney, goddess and gods. On that level, like, people will view them as such. Like, there's statues of these people around the country, man. Statues of normal fucking people who did something they love to do. Never get told no. If I was a musician, I would never get told fucking no. Nigga, I don't even know. I'll probably do some stupid shit. You're not gonna tell me no. I've seen this happen before, recently, on small platforms. So I can only imagine what happens on the biggest stages in the galaxy, But I'm delving off topic. So he talks a little bit about Chris Brown. He's known Chris Brown for a long time, since he first came in the game. And then it goes into deeper stuff, though. It goes into, the backing that you surround yourself with and how entertainers suddenly have gang ties. And Chris Brown is a smart man, too. The thing is, people believe, and this is society as a whole, and I'm going to get into this, that we as a people may be slower or don't understand shit. And I don't know if I could be reaching. I'm not trying to stir up no controversy, but controversy gets ratings and views, bitch. So maybe they think that because we portray a certain image, we're not smart. Or because my hair is twisted like this, I'm not smart. Listen, man. We smart as shit, man. We know what we're doing. We know what we're thinking. We know what's going on. We're not uneducated. Some people just choose to act as if they are, for whatever reason. Some people let that shit get the best of them, and then it's, he just an angry nigga. No. You're just seeing the emotions boil over, and now I'm letting out all the frustration, and then I'm a hermit crab back to where I was at before I was bothered by your bullshit. That's a sidebar. So look, Chris Brown, smart man. He was saying that, because Chris Brown, a lot of other rappers Why do they associate with the gangbang? Well, think about investments of celebrities and think about Sandra Bullock gets $3 million to World Health Life Relief or some shit. Boom. But she never sees that money work. She just gave it to that charity and then they put it on Us Weekly or wherever they put it for us to know. Because I just came off the top of the head with that, but that's the kind of shit that you see, right? Why would an entertainer who does decide to go the gang route? You got to think that some of these gang members are leaders of their communities, like strong in their communities. So if I'm gonna put the money into the community and through that, then why not do that? Because now I'm gonna see the return on the school systems, bringing down the gang violence. Because some of these guys are reformed now. I understand there's still gangbangers in the world. I don't have any issue with that thought process because some people, that's all they know, and I'm not disrespectful of it. I get it, you know what I'm saying? So I think that if we curb it and take the violence down, because there's a lot of senseless killings that happen, and it's crazy, man. It's crazy, you know. Somebody could be standing here right now, walk out their house today, and get lit up over some stupid shit. You feel me? So what he's saying is, why would I not give this money to these niggas? Let them put that money into their community because they lead that community still. They just run the shit. And I'm not gonna get judged for what I do. And I'm gonna see where my money's going. So I respect that. If you're doing for communities and fixing schools in the hood and shit and trying to give these kids a chance to decide not to do that, I'm all about it, man. And I support that. And I never knew that. I never thought about it in that way. And he says some other thought-provoking stuff like, so then we get to R. Kelly. And I believe this interview is definitely before, you know, the documentary with R. Kelly and everything that's coming out. But guess what, people? We've known that this man is a predator forever. The sex tape with the 15-year-old came out when I was like in college. When I was first in college, the first time, before I tried to go back with James Harden and all them niggas was there, like forever ago. That shit was on fucking LimeWire, VHS, all of that, man. And this was a little girl, and for whatever reason, he didn't get in trouble. Like what? But that's enough about what he didn't do, right? One thing that he said, this goes back to these yes men, no men, but this is more so the artist's mindset, because you have to understand, people at the end of the day are different. Everyone's different. Different people comprehend differently, right? So just people are wired differently for the most part. Some people are similar, but look at R. Kelly. So R. Kelly can't read. That's the comment that I think Vlad made, and he said, yeah. And Nick was not defending the action, but saying he could understand why. So R. Kelly can't read. R. Kelly goes in the studio and gives you hits. Now, he used his album as, you know, hit after hit. And I said, well, Gigolo was cool. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, Nick Cannon. Like, just because you smart, nigga, you ain't going to pretend that you made some hit records, motherfucker. I don't know. I'm still skeptical. I got some questions. I got to go do my research and listen to the album and see if it was a hit. Besides, I'm a gigolo, always on the go. You got it. Rock that body by this somebody. Don't make me say it, because you did it on The Real Husbands. You held everyone hostage and you played that song until they gave you what you wanted, man. Nobody forgets that shit. All right. But what he was saying about R. Kelly is his intellectual level may not be as high. I'm not saying he's stupid, but his social skills are bad. He met him. He knows him. He can read. The nigga can order from McDonald's. They said that. So it's like, you if that's your social skills, you're not gonna be able to have a conversation with a woman. And again, I can relate. I'm like, damn, it's crazy. Like, I think about this, like when I'm talking to a girl or whatever, like the first thing I want them to do, because they be like, what do they call it? You know, they be saying stupid shit like, what do you look for? I'm like, conversation. Stimulating conversation, not no bullshit like that. That's the thing that some men look for. Like, they care about that. I'm one of those men. I want some stimulating conversation. So I'm like, well, R. Kelly, if he's socially inadequate, he's not going to be able to have a stimulating conversation with a woman his age because she ain't giving him nothing. He gonna be lost. They ain't got nothing to talk about. He goes to a 16, 17, however old his choice is now, young girl, and says, hey, here's a Louis or a Gucci or a fucking Fashion Nova outfit with a Louis. Hang out in my show? Yeah, of course. There's no defense there. That's just a thought process that is programmed in his mind. And it's an easier chase for him as well. Like, you put that Gucci bag, that's the carrot on the stick mentality. The little girl gonna chase it. The older woman, I ain't got time for no Gucci. Bitch, I buy myself a Gucci bag. Women are empowered now. They have money. They don't need your Gucci bag. Now, they'll take your Gucci bag, but that's not gonna get you what you want, man. So, I thought that was all interesting, right? Now, when he was talking about that, so that's just showing, all I'm getting at is all these different bullet points are just different programs of different members of black entertainment society. And, just, so I'm jumping around a lot, but I'm done with that topic. So I want to go back now to, protection, communities. He touches a little bit about the mafia and the establishment of a union for the workers. Unions were created to protect the workers. Protection from the protectors. The protectors is obviously the government because they keep us safe. They got military. They got motherfucking weapons of mass. They got all that shit and blow some shit up if you fuck around. See George W. Bush after 9/11. He was ready to bomb everything. But we all know that was some bullshit. We know. I ain't got to say it, but we know what's up. Look. So, one thing, it now goes back into Kanye, but I guess I already talked about it. One thing is that Kanye would do is he still acts like the world is against him, but you are now a successful, wealthy individual with a lot of money, and you can say you are broke. But I'm sorry, I just don't see Kanye as broke. Like, you cannot be broke. I don't see him on 75,000 vacations. I don't see him with a lot of ice and jewelry. You don't see him in the wild cars. I just always hear about him in the studio, or if he's not in the studio, he's producing somebody's record or he's featured on. So how are you broke when you have what would be a constant revenue stream unless your records aren't selling? And you have been living a faster life, but I mean, you somehow still have ties to Jay-Z, right? Like, y'all are still linked. I know y'all are considered old niggas, but I don't care. I'm old. So I still rock with Jay-Z, who's rapping right now on my damn television talking about going ape shit. Because you know what? He did just that. He went from a doughboy, D-boy in the Marcy Projects to motherfucking vacations in motherfucking Dubai, Paris, name it, he been there with his wife, beautiful Nubian family. Had a lot of problems, whatever. Let's not get off track. We back to Kanye. He's a creative genius, and creative geniuses, let me get some useless information, like whatever. Creative geniuses in the game that doesn't necessarily translate to actual intelligence. So, what Kanye was saying, and this is what I really want to finish up with and go down the rest of this, is slavery. What did he say? What was the comment that he made? It was a choice. Well, what he's trying to say is that we were bigger than slavery as a people. We were beyond that. We shouldn't have allowed it to happen because we're smarter than that. Obviously, we're smart individuals. But slavery was used to control us. It was almost like you don't forget your place in society. 500 years of don't forget where you belong. But guess what? It hasn't stopped to this day. Now, we're not actual slaves. No one owns me. I don't pick cotton. I go in zero fields. I'm brolic like that, but that's because I work out. You feel me? But our minds are controlled by entertainment, social media, television, sports. The whole fucking everything is entertainment now. And in our society, the digital super tech high whatever the fuck age, we need it now. We need it quick, man. Why do you think cell phones are so popular? I can't wait 3 minutes. Like texting. That's the only way we communicate. You know what I'm saying? Y'all talking about Valentine's Day. I remember bitches used to, they broke up with you in person. Nowadays it'd be a text. I'm fucking someone else. What? That's it. But look, so we've been programmed. Lynchings programmed. You see your man's hanging from the tree. Now, obviously, we ain't seeing the lynchings now, even though there's been reports of some lynchings that are happening. Be careful who you trust. That's like I'm supposed to be dumbed down. I see it in my own self. Like, I feel like a lot of times people look at me and they see how I act and all that. And depending on how I act that day, it's either he's a really nice Negro or he's just an angry nigga. And then it's like, well, let's get him back to let's keep him calm. We don't want him to get too angry. And then they'll like take little solid jabs at you. And I'll talk about that on another episode. We ain't gonna get into it now because it's gonna be a big one. But yeah, like the thing about Hollywood and the biggest point, and this is Nick Cannon giving you insight, is you have to look out for yourself. And take that to yourself and remember that. You have to look out for yourself. So Hollywood is so fucked up that you got to look out for yourself. You know, he touches on this Illuminati thing. There's no such thing as an Illuminati in Hollywood where like it's a dude with a robe and you sign your life away. No, when you sign your life away, you give the world access to your life for a price. Everyone's going to be in your business now. They're going to know everything. And that's the price of fame, is that you have to balance your life now with the rest of the world, depending on your popularity. And in order to make it, that's you have to be selfish. You can't afford to not be selfish because you won't make it. So he's talking about that. And that's what it is. That's how you win. So that's the definition of selling your soul. You're not selling it to some cult. You're selling it in the selfish manner now. And if you so happen to lash out, deal with the consequences. So fame and success was always something that I myself saw, like, if it ever happened, that'd be dope. I wonder how it would be, like, you know, like what famous people would I come across, you know, like which famous celebrity females would let me just stop. This will probably get taken down for vulgarity or some shit. Who would I rub elbows with? I told you, Nick Cannon has met some of the most successful, influential people in today's society, man. And he just an average, just a normal nigga like me from a city like me. But my whole thing is like, I'm touching on all these different points and I'm jumping all over the place. Forgive me, but it's like the whole idea that we are much more than a slave. That was the point that Kanye was trying to make, but his horrible communication made the media just paint it out into this wrong thing, you know? And they probably was fucking with him and edited it out because this is what people do. Like, they don't give you all the details. People will try to fucking shame you all the time, and even if you're just a normal nigga. So like, if you got haters, you must be doing something right. Remember that if people are hating on you, you popping. And if you want to be popping, just keep getting more fucking haters. Then you get to this level and you start giving your opinion, and then next thing you know, somebody picks up your video and they're like, this nigga's smart, we need him. And then boom, you start writing shit and doing shit and Childish Gambino and shit. I can't sing, so I can't do that, but I'm gonna keep it coming, man. This is fun. This is a hobby for me. My thoughts, my feelings, my views on everything. I'm getting cotton mouth. It's time to cut this shit off. Got to go to work anyway. But here's the last thing, last point. Sad truth on Valentine's Day. This is the love I talk about. The love I fucking talk about. It's just, I'm much more than a slave. And then Nick's kind of like, well, we've been programmed to believe this. Think of it this way. Glock 9 was on Vlad. Glock 9 said he didn't want to date no black girl because he didn't want to have no black baby. Why didn't he want to have a black baby? He wouldn't say it, but he black. He black like my grandmother black, like dark. He said, well, if I'm black and she black, then that's not good. So what society has made it seem as though, and I don't believe this is true, is that the lighter you are, the better off your life will be. Black is not beautiful. Black is dark. Black is evil. Black is twisted. That's why black jelly beans taste like motherfucking shit. You feel me? Think of Boys in the Hood when the cops hem them up. Your lips is turning black type shit. Like your gums is like think of that scene. Think about if you were in that scene. If you've even seen that fucking scene to know what I'm talking about. Like, think about that. By a black man. Think about what that does to your psyche. Now, me having experienced firsthand racism many times in my adult life, or not even adult, more so young, like being called a monkey and a porch nigga and all that shit. Like, that shit happens. That's real shit. That's because society wants to keep us in this bubble. But the cool thing is, that's changing. 15, 20 years ago, everybody wanted a skinny bitch. Skinny little no body bitch. 15, 20 years later, plus size, full figure women are popping. You feel me? Dark is better than light. It ain't about blue bloods no more. It's about a little bit of that mixed blood or that light blood or that, you know. One thing he said also was that Kim Kardashian told him a long time ago she was going to change the perception of what beauty was. And if you look at beauty now, I be looking at music videos and shit. And back in the day, man, girls used to be, the measurements used to be brazy and the Photoshop used to be brazy. Nowadays, you might catch a bitch in your music video shaking her ass with some motherfucking cellulite. And that's not a joke. See Pettywop. I've seen it. So, perception has changed. But what he said was, what if in another 20, 30 years, we got a beautiful Nubian goddess that's in the position of power like Kim K is? Because Kim K has a motherfucking following. Her whole family does. She started under Paris Hilton. Paris Hilton's white, beautiful, blonde. 10, 15 years ago, that was still power. It still is power. Don't get it twisted, but it's kind of like we're trying to take the power back. We're trying to do different things. We're trying to revolutionize the way people think. And we're trying to make people understand that dark is not indeed only evil, but it can be beautiful. And I think the whole message is just like, first of all, to stay woke to a lot of shit. Second of all, understand that all people have emotions and feelings, and that they go through them. And when they're on the spotlight, you're gonna get their actual emotions and feelings if they're real enough. You know, like some people don't sugarcoat shit. So I like when people like Kanye say shit to invoke some controversy, but it's not no shameless plug. That was the real fucking spit. He just said it the wrong way. I do this all the time. It's like I lash out and I get passionate and people think that I'm yelling at them, and I'm like, nah, man, I'm just telling you how it is. Like, this has all been holding in for so long, and y'all keep poking the beast, and now the beast is awake. I was trying to hibernate, but now you fucking woke me up. I was working on my album, and now you fucking woke me up. So now you're gonna get this, and you're gonna deal with this, and this is what's gonna happen. So I want people to be mindful and aware that this is a beautiful day. Celebrate with your loved ones if you got them. If you don't, celebrate with yourself. Love yourself, man. That's a wrap for this second little episode. Stay tuned. Like I said, I think we might be doing a show later on. It'll be up on iTunes tomorrow. That's obviously Bros Before Elbows. Go listen to that. Come listen to this. I don't have a title yet. Right now it's just going to be, Hollywood something or other, until I can come up with one. If you got any ideas, drop them in the comments. Thanks for listening, folks. Bless.